Warning. The following video is intended for viewers 13 years and older. Viewer discretion is advised. You're here. You're ready. Welcome to my world.
Welcome back, YouTube. It's I'm Ghost of Sparta with another fantastic action figure review of the super action statue Dio from Jojo's Bizarre Adventure. We will look at accessories, paint apps, and sculpt, and don't forget the articulation. Please hit that subscribe button, and don't forget to smash that like button so you guys can show your support for this channel. Check out in the description below for all my social media sites, so that way you can stay up to date with the channel. Make sure to look out for my other videos. There are cards in the upper right hand corner that will lead you to another awesome video or review. Let's get to those size comparisons. Dio with SH Figuarts Goku. Dio with Marvel Legends Deadpool. Dio with NECA Predator. Now that we have the size comparisons out of the way, I wanted to know what did you guys think of the size comparisons. Let me know in the comments below. Do you want me to switch it up a little bit? You know, I've been using the same three figures, but it's three different lines. If you want me to use a different line of figures, maybe Mafex instead of Marvel Legends, or instead of SH Figuarts, use the Mafex, or use one of the other independent, like 1,000 toys. Let me know. I want to know if you guys want me to change it up with the figures that I use for the size comparisons. Let me know if you guys want to see maybe an additional one, maybe a fourth size comparison. So, you know, I make it really quick, so maybe you guys want to see a couple of different ones. Let me know in the comments. I'd like to hear what you guys would like to see when it comes to the size comparisons. So I've reviewed super action statues before. I did the Trisha, I believe, yeah, it was Trisha from Jojo's Bizarre Adventure. I believe it's part 5. Diamonds are unbreakable. No, is it Diamonds Unbreakable? Is that the one with Giorno? I'm not too sure which part it is, but I did Trisha. You guys can see that in the upper right corner. I'll leave a card there. Just click on it after this review is done, so that way you guys, you know, can see the epicness of this review, and then you'll be able to watch that one. That one's not as good quality. It was a long time ago before I got my camera. I used everything on my cell phone, so I hope you guys enjoy that one. So with that being said, let's take a look at this figure. The sculpt is pretty impressive. I mean, they do get it down when it comes to the sculpt work. It does have a lot of detail. You can see all the ruffle in the clothes. We have this little pinhole for the stand, because this figure does come with a stand. Spoilers, but they do detail the character very well in capturing the way he was, I guess, in the anime or in the manga. So I do appreciate that this company does get that detail in, but with the detail, you do get some caveats with this figure. I've been messing with this guy for a little bit. I'm just gonna get this out of the way, but this little peg here for their hand, I would be super careful with, because of how long it is, because I guess they want the hand to be secure inside the peg or on top of the peg, is because it's so long that you can accidentally, while you're trying to put the hand on and the joint is so far down, you're gonna snap that. So I'd be very careful. I've had a few other expensive figures, I mean, this figure's pretty expensive as well, have that break. You could see those also in the description, and I had a Spider-Man do that, and man, it's so sad because he's just sitting in his box and not being displayed. But yeah, I would be very careful with that joint. You know, other than that, this figure looks great. I like the paint apps. We're gonna look at the paint apps real quick. Like I was mentioning about the sculpt, let me go back to the sculpt. I'm moving so fast, but sculpt work looks great. I mean, you can see all the line work that they did. We got the detail of the bracelet, we got the detail of the belt. It has the nice little ridges. We have his bandana, we have the heart symbol. I mean, they really did sculpt this guy out. I mean, even the shoes have the ridges, just like in the show. I only saw the show, never read the manga, so if you guys want to throw hate at me in the comments, please, I would like to hear it. What kind of hate you can throw at me for not reading the manga, because I'm not a purist. I like my cartoons to speak to me. I'm just kidding, not true. I'll read the manga at some point, but yeah, they did a great job on the sculpt. I mean, even for the face, we could take a quick look at the face. It captures Dio's likeness, it captures his ruthlessness, I think, and the hair is sculpted nicely to capture the way Dio was in the show or manga. Now for paint apps, they do a lot of great shading. Obviously this figure has shade all around. Like you could see that this black right here, it's also, there's some grayish tones to it, even on his abs, and that's because they're showing that the shirt is extremely tight and it's stretching. So that's what they're showing there. There's some shading here for the lighting, that the way this figure is, you know, posed in, and shading all around. You know, SH Figuarts used to give us this much shading at one point, but why they stopped, I have no idea. So you can see this shading all the way around. They really thought about it and gave us that great detail. So for sculpt and for paint apps, you know, this figure gets a good solid B+. It's very close to an A, but you know, because of some of the articulation problems that we'll get into and hindrances, and also flimsiness of the figure, kind of sets it back. So now we're going to get into the articulation. Head moves up, moves down, swivel, arm rotation, hinge, elbow swivel or forearm swivel, bend at the elbow, swivel, and a hinge. Diaphragm joint back, forward, side to side, waist swivel, leg kicks forward, leg kicks back. Dio has a very vampiric spread, bend at the knee, swivel, swivel, hinge, rocker, the toe hinge. So I hope everybody enjoyed those. All the articulation this figure comes with. I mean, it says super action statue, so this statue is able to pose with all the articulation it has. So now we're looking at the hands of what Dio comes with from this company, and we can see that he comes with a pair of 5 pairs of hands. You have some gripping hands here, slightly open on the left. You have some open palm hands. You have fisted hands in the middle. You have a slightly gripping hands to the right of those, or left, depending on which way you want to look at it. And then he has the 2 pairs of hands holding all the knives during that scene at the end of the chapter. But then he also has a couple other specialty hands. He has a pointer finger. He does have like a pinching hand, and then he has like this weird grangly finger looking one. Now for these hands, they look great. I mean, the shading looks nice, but there are some discrepancies. I mean, you can see some of the line work from the molding that they used. So like right here on the fist, you can see that the line is right here on the mold. So I don't know, I mean, I wish they would have took their time with that so they can not have that and show the line work. I mean, for the dagger hands, they look really nice. They were able to sculpt the daggers in very nicely. They got a nice silver paint to them. You can even see the detail that they put on each of the handles, so those look really nice. He also does come with a pair of 6 individual knives. You can use those as you wish. I didn't want to open up the package, but they're just as detailed, if not more detailed, than the ones that are on the hands, and they look very nice. So that is the end of those accessories. He does have a couple more that we'll get to right now. So another accessory that this guy comes with, he has 3 different fully painted and sculpted head sculpts. Now this is the first one that comes on him. Inside of the packaging is just a neutral face. He's just looking at you. The eyes look great. Everything's painted. He got his eyebrows. The sculpt of his lips are there. You can also see the hair. It has some shading. There's some like dry brushing in there. We have the second head sculpt, which is another neutral face, and I'm starting to realize that the hair on all of these head sculpts have different lengths or are styled differently for the back of his head, because it does restrict some of the articulation for him to look up. But this face looks a lot thinner. It's not as bulky. It does have all the same detail that you need to be able to have Dio looking perfectly right in your collection. So let's take a look at the final head sculpt we have here is him with a nice grinning face. Does have some other highlights and accent marks around the face. You can see that his, you know, skin is stretched out. The eyes are still painted beautifully. The hair is sculpted, and I've just noticed that all the hair sculpted on each of these are different. None of them are the same. They have different hairstyles. They have, the hair is either floating in the air or it's combed nicely, parted, and like this one, he has one bang and then the rest is all swooping back. So you could use this to be able to show off your Dio and be able to have nice diorama or a great little setup for you and your figure. It is great. I love the fact that they gave us 3 head sculpts. It looks nice. Do have some issues with the length of the hair. Does hinder out the articulation. So let's go over his last accessory, which I'll go over right here. I'm going to zoom this out, and then we have his street sign, which is great. It can be held. It's very light. There's some nice detail of it. The fact that it's not all white and clean. You can see all the nice little brown dirty marks, because obviously it's been on the floor, or, you know, just over time it has aged. And you can see that it's a nice steel pipe. They try to get that silver in there, and there's a nice little bend to it too as well. So we'll get back to the figure. So before we wrap this up, I wanted to go over some other gripes. For some reason, mine not this head sculpt, but let me take this off. You can see the joint here. There's a little hinge ball peg there, and he does have a little collar that just sits there freely. But the head sculpt is just inside the packaging for this guy. The hole seems to be a little bit bigger than normal, and I don't know, I guess it's meant for him to look down, but it's really loose. So it might just be mine. I have no idea. I'll find out, but you know, probably some cotton strips or something in there, just a couple little pieces. We'll probably tighten that up. So that's just the issue with mine. And then I have this right here. So he does have a toe hinge, but this one is super loose, and it looks like there's a piece missing. So I don't know if that's just mine. Like, if you guys had bought in this figure and you got these same issues, let me know in the comments. I really do want to know in the comments as well, if you had these same issues with your Dio figure. Now, I know that they did a couple runs of this figure, and I don't know if this is like the reissue or if this is a, you know, if this is the same character, or because I know they do different issues. I know that they do this color, they do manga colors, they do reverse colors, but I know Dio, this figure is pretty expensive. I've seen them online. I mean, I got them for $98, but like I said, I want to know if this is a reissue. So if you guys have that information, let me know. There's no way to tell on the packaging with the Dragon Ball Z figures. There usually is a way to tell if something's a reissue. So I just wanted to know that, because I know the original one, I've seen them go up for like $200-300 for the first issue. So I don't know if this is the same issue of that, or is it just a reissue? No idea. But with this figure, you're able to get whatever poses you want with Dio to be able to showcase your love for the JoJo Bizarre Adventure. I mean, you can't go wrong with Dio. He's a very iconic, super iconic to the anime world, and you can't go wrong with this figure. I am gonna pick up Zawarda though as soon as I can from my local shop, which is Frankensons, but I am gonna pick up the World. We have to do a review of that. I do want to get Jotaro, and I do want to get Star Platinum as well, because this is from this character's from chapter 3, the Star Crusaders, or is it the Last Crusaders? I don't know. There's so many chapters of JoJo I really enjoyed the Phantom Blood. I really enjoyed the Star Crusaders. I don't know about the second one. It was kind of draggy. I did like Diamonds Are Unbreakable. That one was really good, but it got better on its second part of it, where they actually got to fight Kira. And then I'm on the one with Giovanni. So don't give me no spoilers in the comments, guys. I don't want any spoilers. So please, if you guys like this review, hit that like button, guys. I would really appreciate it. It would help out the channel as much as it can. I really want this channel to blow up, and we're getting there. We're almost to 400 subscribers. My goal is to get to 1,000. So if you guys can help me out with that, that'll be great, by hitting that subscribe button, hitting the like button, so that way we get a lot of likes on this, because everybody loves Jojo. So show me your love for Jojo by hitting that like button, and leave me some comments below. I'd like to hear what you guys thought about this figure. Did you have this figure? Did you have the same issues that this figure had for me? And show, if you guys can check out my social media spots in the bottom in the description, and you guys can show me your poses you have your JoJo figures in. I would really like to see those, and I'll comment back, and I'm gonna do some poses for this figure, and I'm gonna set them up on my Instagram. You guys can show out the likes for that. All that information's in the description below as well. So this brings it to a close, everybody. I really hope you guys enjoyed this review, and I will see you guys on the next review.